Hello friends, welcome to today's football prediction of Betkraft. Alright, today is another wonderful Thursday morning. As we know, a lot of games going on across the globe at the moment. And some of those games that we brought forward after our in-depth analysis of these games. And today we have a European conference, match qualifications. Amongst the games that we selected, and in a short while we'll be looking at these matches, one after the other. I'll be making a verdict on them. All right. I want to use the opportunity to ask those of us who are yet to subscribe to our channel to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button right now, so that you don't miss out on subsequent games that will be coming up on this channel on a daily basis. And also, I'll also please that to share so that more people will get to see our video and also like. Alright, that being said, tomorrow, that being said, let's get to the business of the day. And today we are starting with the very first game, which is a Europa Conference League match that will have Leipzig who will be up against the Viking. And as usual, we'll take a look at how they fared in the recent games and also take it down to how they performed from home and away perspective. So, and putting all that together, we'll be able to make our verdict for that very encounter. So we look at the home side, Leipzig. They have been able to achieve 2 draws in the past 6 games. They've also lost 4 out of those 6 games that they had. And their away side, Viking have been able to achieve 5 wins out of the past 6 games, and they've had just 1 loss in the past 6. So when you take a look at how they fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Leipzig, the home side, have been able to achieve 2 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw, as well as 7 losses in the past 10 home games that they had so far. It goes to show that these ones are not doing very well even from home. And the away side, Viking have been able to achieve 8 wins playing from away, and they've had just 2 losses from the past 10 away games that they had so far. It tells you that this team is having won 80% of their last 10 away games. They're doing very well, and we do expect them to rise to the occasion in this one. And we now try to lay in this very encounter. It is away side to win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. Alright, the Viking got to win outrightly. Yeah, and that will take us to the next game for the day, and it is also in Europa Conference League qualification match, where we have Torpedo Belas who will be up against Milsami. Okay, Torpedo have been able to achieve 5 wins in the past 6 encounters, but they've lost 1 in the process. And the away side, on the other hand, Milsami have managed 2 wins, but have also lost 4 games in the past 6 encounters. And when you take a look at how both teams have fared from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, Torpedo Belas, have been able to achieve 9 wins in the past 10 encounters, and they've also had just one draw. Actually, they've not lost any match in the past 10 home games that they played so far. And away side, on the other hand, Milsami have managed to achieve 3 wins in the past 10 away games, but they've also lost 7 out of those 10. And when you put all that together, we also see that the home side, Torpedo Belas, is actually highly fancied to pick up the spoils in this very one, seeing that they've been able to win 90% of their home matches in the past 10 home games that they played so far. So it's actually the home side that we expect to rise to the occasion once again and win outrightly in this very game. Alright, home win, that's our verdict. And that takes us to the next for the day, and it is in Egyptian Premier League, where we'll have El Gaish who will be up against Zamalek of Egypt. Alright, El Gaish have been able to attain 2 draws in the past 6 encounters, but they've also had 4 losses in the process. And the away side, on the other hand, Zamalek have been able to achieve 4 wins, but they've had 1 loss as well as 1 draw in the past 6 encounters. And when you take a look at how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can also see that the home side, El Gaish, have been able to manage just 3 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 4 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 home games. Alright, and the away side, Zamalek, on the other hand, have managed to achieve 5 wins from away. They've also had 3 losses as well as 2 draws in the playing from away. Alright, and when you look at how they fared from head-to-head perspective, you can see that Zamalek, which is a very strong team, have been very dominant in this head-to-head proceedings, saying that the last time both teams met saw Zamalek defeating this side by 2-0. Prior to that, we also saw Zamalek beating this side by 4-0 even from away. Okay, it goes to show that Zamalek is a stronger side, and are doing very well at the moment. So we do expect Zamalek, to rise to the occasion once again, seeing that that they've been doing so well even from away. We do expect them to win out shortly. It is our side, Zamalek, to win out shortly in this very game. That's our verdict. All right, and that takes us to the next for today, and that is in in Iceland, where we have Keflavik, who will be up against Grota. Okay, and when you take a look at how both sides have fared in recent games, we could see that Keflavik have managed to achieve 5 draws in the past 6 encounters, but they've just had one loss. They've not been able to win any, but they have just one loss. And Grota, on the other hand, their away side have managed 1 draw in the past 6, but they've also had 5 losses in the past 6 encounters that they have so far. So when you take a look at how both sides have fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Keflavik, have been able to manage 5 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw. They've also had 4 draws, as well as just 1 loss in the past 10 home games that they have so far. So, but their away side, on the other hand, Grota have managed just 2 draws in the past 10 away games, but have lost a whopping 8 games in the past 10 away games. All right, goes to show that it is not a wonderful side, especially when they are playing from away. And when you take a look at the head-to-head proceedings for both sides, you can see that the head-to-head for both sides have been well shared. Seeing that the last time both teams met, Grota won from home by 1-0. And prior to that, we saw Keflavik also defeating the side from home by 3-1. So in this very encounter, we do expect Keflavik, who is actually in a better form at the moment, to rise to the occasion, seeing that their away side, Grota, have not been able to win any single match in the past 10 away games. So we do expect a win for the home side in this one. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. All right, and that takes us to the next game for the day, which happens to be the last for the day, and it is in Brazil. We'll have Flamengo, Brazil Serie A. We'll have Flamengo, who will be up against Fortaleza. All right, Flamengo have been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 6 encounters. They've also had 1 draw and as well as 1 loss, and their away side also have experienced the same, seeing that they've been able to achieve 4 wins in the past 6, 1 draw as well as 1 loss too. And when you take a look at how both sides are fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Flamengo in the past 10 home games have achieved 8 wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. As a matter of fact, the last home game they played saw them playing out a 1-1 draw against Europa. All right, they'll be looking to make amends for that draw. And the away side, on the other hand, Fortaleza have managed just 1 win in the past 10 away games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 7 losses in the past 10 away games. That shows you that 70% of their away games have resulted to a loss for their away side. And when you put all that together, we know that Flamengo is well poised to pick up the sports in this very one. And taking a look at the head-to-head proceedings, you can see that Flamengo have been quite dominant, seeing that they won the last meetings for both sides. From away, that was last year in November, if they decide by 2-0. And prior to that, we also saw them beating this side from home by 2-0. And it goes to show that Flamengo is a very strong side in Brazil, and they're doing very well. And we do expect Flamengo, the home side, to rise to the occasion once again and pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is home side to win out shortly. That's our verdict for that very game. And that breaks out our predictions, football predictions today, on Betkraft to conclusion. Right, I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes great. And also remember to play responsibly, and if possible, you can make a choice among this. It's not a must that you can play all the games. You can make a choice and also play. And I wish you the very best of luck. And tomorrow we're going to come again, and look at our predictions for tomorrow. But until then, keep winning.